Welcome back to another reaction for Jaadugar episode 8.
君の耳飾りのおかげでうまく機能していることが確認できた。俺の考えてることを、金国を滅ぼしたらみんな聞いてくれるかな。
やっぱり何考えてるのかわかんないよ。あ、奴隷ちゃんがいない。あれ
Where are you looking?
あれまた迷子
Yes. She always gets lost. No, thank you. No opening. Copyright is a beach. Especially around music. Okay, trade. Lots of trade, lots of good.
おいファティマ、こんなとこにいやがった。よくも逃げやがったな。
カダ君、助けてください。
新海さん、
君ウイグル語できましたよね。
Noigia, Yugo, whatever. I guess more merchant.
次これもお願いします。
まだあるんですか。
ごめんなさいね。大カーンが買ったものを全部帳簿につけなきゃならなくて。
Okay.
なんで私まで。これ男の人の仕事じゃないんですか。
うるさい、働け。
But she's right. Why is she doing this?
モンゴルでは読み書きを重要だと思ってない人が多くてね。書記官が足りないんです。誰が読むのやら。
ジャービル分配案長。
え？
Hmm?
いえ。
Oh.
奥様、この本どうして。
So this is whenever they were, I guess, waiting underground.
隠してあるんでしょう。
ああ、ジャービルの本ね。ジャービルはずっと昔トゥースに住んでいた人なの。でもあまり堂々と置くものじゃないのよ。
何の本なんですか。
錬金術。
Hmm.
その本は
What kind of
鉱
item?
物とかのいろいろな材料を熱して混ぜて作り出すんです。
Looks like distillation.
アルイクシールを。
アルイクシール。
Elixir. Oh. What? Elixir? Elixir. This is where the word elixir comes from? What? Elixir word origin. The word elixir comes from the Arabic elixir, meaning the philosopher's stone. Man, it's interesting where all these words originate from. But as you know, elixir, it's like the word itself looks very foreign to me. But as soon as you say the word, is like elixir, huh? Fascinating. Fascinating how language
ク
works.
シール。
なんだそりゃ。
万能薬みたいなものでしょうか。私にもよく。万能薬？モゲ様。ねえ、それ何でも治せる薬ってこと？
Oh, I was like, why do you want that? Because of the first wife. I see. I mean, supposedly, it's a book of someone. It's a book that someone else wrote about a potential cure-all. So if we want to replicate that, we don't know if that is true.
これは私の次女ファーティマでございます。ボラクチンカテン。
この人がモンゴル皇帝の第一皇后。大カトゥン。
our
私
opposition,
なんで連れてこられたんだろう。
our
聞い
enemy.
てボラクチン、この子ね、万能薬を作れるんだ。
No, 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 no. Don't put that on us. No, 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 no. We didn't say anything like that. We said the book is telling us about this. We are not doing anything here. Because I feel like this is one of those things, if she then does not succeed, she's going to get killed for this.
ボラクチン、この子ね、万能薬を作れるんだって。
弾薬を？
すみません。
Daniel,
何
huh?
のことかさっぱり。私はただアラビア語の本が読めると申したまでです。あれ？
もげ。
でも。
もうよい、下がりなさい。わざわざ悪かったな。
I mean, here's the thing. If the book is telling about an elixir and it is supposedly cure all, we can follow the book, or she can transcribe the book if that is what you want. She is a queen, empress, or whatever. So, you know, we could do that, and you could try to make the elixir or elixir and then drink it, and maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Just don't put it on me. I'm just telling you what is written in the book by some random dude. I don't know him. It's not my book. I didn't write it. I'm not claiming it. So.
何だったのでしょう。
さあ、
モゲ様、あのね、聞いてほしいことがあるんだ。あんたたちを呼んだ理由。
下がって。
ボラクチンは誰かに毒を飲まされてる。
What? Someone is poisoning her? Why? Ow.
見ただろ、あんなに痩せ細って皮膚もただれて。
So you assume it's poison.
誰が何のために？
わからない。でも私
You
は
don't know.
ボラクチンの医者が怪しいと思ってる。
その昔、道教には外丹という思想がありましてね。
外丹？
硫黄や水銀、硫黄などを調合して丹薬という薬
Quicksilver, huh?
を作るのです。その丹薬を飲めば肉体は黄金のごとく不朽のものに変わるとか。
本当か？
いいえ、実際に飲んだ者は皆毒にやられて命を縮めました。
Okay.
それもあってとっくの昔に廃れた試みですよ。
その時、確かに毒って言ったんだ。
Okay, so you were not even listening. Cool, 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 cool. Like you were not listening right now with a book. Okay, makes sense. So he was like, hey, there was this elixir made out of quicksilver and it is supposed to make you immortal. He's like, oh, really? No, it's poison. So I don't see how someone could poison the queen that easily. And especially with the poison that takes so long to get rid of the opponent. But the physician most likely is not doing anything. She's just not doing well for some reason. Maybe there's a different. Maybe she is being poisoned, but I would assume unwillingly. Someone is giving her something that she's maybe allergic to or doesn't. It has some kind of trace poison, but not willingly trying to poison her.
それだけではなんとも。
心配ならその医者を遠ざければいいじゃない。大加点ならいくらでも代わりを召し抱えられるでしょ。
どれげね。
帰るわよ、ファティマ。
She's right. But I'm assuming that, the queen is not believing the physician is poisoning her because
放っておいたらいい
he's
のよ
not.。
あんな不気味な人。はあ緊張した。
私は初めてお会いしましたが、大加トゥンってオゴタイ様より随分年上なんですね。
ええ、元は義理の親子だもの。
That's so weird.
ボラクチンとモゲはジンギスカンに嫁いでいたのよ。それをオゴタイが相続したの。
へえ。じゃああのお二人は長い付き合いなんですね。
父が死ぬと実の母以外の母親を息子がめとる。ここではよくあることよ。ボラクチン。息子もいないし実家も特別大きくはない。正直なんであの人が大カトゥーンなのかわからないわ。
He's smart.
その丹薬を飲めば肉体は黄金のごとく不朽のものに変わるとか。
まるで錬金術だわ。東方にもそんなものがあったのね。不朽の肉体。
丹薬を？
もしかしてアルイクシール。材料は水銀、硫黄、あとなんだっけ。
So it's the same.
ドラゲネ様、もう一度大カトゥーンのところに行きましょう。
どうして？
Are you trying to poison her? I don't see why. First things first. Maybe to get her to be the first
何か考え
wife,
がある。
maybe? I don't know.
ドレゲネ様の力を貸してくださいませ。
What is your plan? Trying to get her healthy again so she is you get so that she likes you and you have more power, or do you want to kill her so there's one less enemy in the way? I don't know how this is being helpful. Now, theoretically, if you can make the elixir and you can heal her, you could possibly pin the poisoning on someone else, and maybe that is what you want to do?
アルイクシール、不朽の肉体を作る飛躍。それがペルシアの錬金術の真髄でございます。もちろん私一人に作れるものではございません。ですが大カトゥーンのお力添えがあれば、あるいは
なぜまたその話を？
あなた様がそれをお求めだからです。違いますか？
そうなの？
初めてあなた様を見た時からピンときていました。そのご様子察しますに、鉱山の誇りをお召しなのではないでしょうか。
鉱山の誇り？
Are you now a doctor? I also don't understand why she wants to be immortal. I mean, if that is the goal. Because I would assume you would want the Khan to be immortal. Genghis Khan, as an example, would have been good to have as the immortal leader, but I don't know about the queen.
火山から生まれる赤い石で、東方では竜王と呼ばれているとか。やはりですか。鉱山の誇りはアルイクシールや丹薬の基本となる材料ですものね。古代の医師ヒポクラテスによれば、確かに鉱山の誇りは少量なら薬になります。
Does have some medicinal effects in small doses, but it is poisonous in high doses, I guess. Because dosage makes the poison, right? Because a lot of poisons you in smaller doses are good, like antibiotics, especially the early ones. They are like fungal growth and stuff, and in small dosages, good for you. In big dosages, bad. So
しかし取り続ければ毒となります。食が細り、皮膚がただれ、出来物ができる。今のあなた様のように。
じゃあボラ
Why are
ク
you
チン
taking
は
it?
毒を盛られたんじゃなくて自分で飲んでたってこと？
yeah, why are you poisoning
なんだ
yourself?
モゲ、そんな風に思っていたのか。ファーティマとやら、その棚の引き出しを開けてごらん。
But why? You didn't know? I find it hard to believe because you seem pretty smart.
鉱山の誇り。
どうしてこんなの飲んだのさ。
不老不死ですか？
ああ、そうだ。
Were you trying to build immunity before you take the elixir, or because the elixir is a combination of these things, not all of these alone?
私も年だからな。長生きしたいんだよ。
ボラクチン。
これをお飲みください、ボラクチン様。毒消しの薬です。
Will it? Will it? I mean, people, especially Chinese medicine and stuff, they are like, hey, these, the Jordan Stone or whatever they called it here is like medicine for everything. I don't remember it being particularly good as medicine. I'm not sure though. Maybe it acts similar to like activated charcoal, where it absorbs poisons, at least partially, and may then, reduce her symptoms. It would also just help not ingesting the poison anymore. Because just ingesting the red stuff is not going to make you immortal.
何これ。
邪大師です。
邪大師？
邪大師は飲むものじゃないよ。
いいえ、ペルシアではベゾアール石といって、れっきとした毒消しの薬ですわ。
Now this is going to be interesting. Let's do a little check. Bezoar stone, medicinal effect. Historically, bezoar stones, hardened masses found in the gastrointestinal tracts of animals like goats or cattle, were prized as magical universal antidotes to poison, plagues, and fever. Modern science shows they have no general healing powers, though specific ox gallstones contain compounds with demonstrated anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. So ox, yes. Interesting. But everything else, no. I do not remember she got this out of a sheep, right? So this should have no effect?
呪いなどかけてないだろうな。
私がそんな横島に見えますか？
You're a very good actor.
見えますか？
So I'm assuming we want to cure her so we can
元気
have a good connection with someone in power.
取り戻されましたら、またお呼びください。アルイクシールについては、その時に。ありがとうございました。
私は何もしていないわ。
とんでもない。ドレゲネ様がペルシア人の医者を探してくださったおかげで、鉱山の誇りのことが分かったのですから。
ジャガタイはどうするの？
いきなりジャガタイ様に近づこうなんて考えが甘かったのです。それよりも大カトゥーンが私たちを信頼すれば、
Okay, we get the plan now.
一つ道が開けましょう。
Okay.
私たちの道ね。
So she has no plan. Her plan is, hey, approaching the prince didn't really work well. So instead of just putting everything on black, we are hedging our bets. We are going to build good rapport with the Empress. And by doing that, a path forward should reveal itself at some point. Which is smart, especially if you want to take revenge. Being able to have as many options possible as you can is a good way to approach this goal.
そうですわ。
Because you never know who is going to give you this opportunity.
それからほどなく モンゴル帝国による金国への申請が始まった。
Okay. Oh. I was very interested in seeing this. Okay. So they made a fence. I mean, I wouldn't call it mechanical, but you know, this way it is very compact. You can just pull it apart. Man, for some reason I did not expect them to have something like this. I don't know why, but it just makes sense. It makes so much sense. This explains why they can build them really quickly. Now it is still very fiddly at the top, the little, you know, supporting bars, but at least the base is really easy to build up.
それは向こうに置いといて。
モーゲ
ボラクチン、もう出歩いて大丈夫なの？
あ
Why do I feel like she's only doing better because she's not continuing poisoning herself?
この通りだ。
ファーティマのおかげだね。ねえ。
そうだな。
Should I know?
ボラクチン様よりことづてでございます。改めてファーティマ殿のお話を伺いたいと。
次の年、金国の
Okay.
都海堡を包囲するため、トルイグは南宋を通過する許可を求めていた。
Okay.
ところが、
死者が殺された。それが南宋の返事ってわけか。
引き返しますか。
いや、予定通り南へ進む。内容が何だろうと返事は来たのだ。
しかし、それでは南
Yeah, in the end it means that they are also enemies. Before it would be like, hey, we are just going to pass through, nothing is going to happen. Now, if we see anyone of the Southern Song, they are officially enemies. And we don't need to hold back. I assumed something like this could happen. The worst part that can happen now is why they're crossing and they are going to the capital of Jin, that they get ambushed from the back. Because again, there's a river, it is very hard to retreat, yada yada yada. It could end with the army, you know, getting killed off. Which also, it would be a very smart thing to do for the other brothers. Reducing his army this way, at least. Maybe they have a hand in how the Southern Song is behaving here.
宋が黙っておりますまい。
なら、南宋も征服すりゃいい。
Okay, so they need to take over the fort as well. Okay. Yeah, the biggest problem here is that the original attack is going to take quite a while. To be honest, I assumed, falsely, I guess, that the Mongols were not really good at sieging. I always saw them as very good at fighting against armies on open fields and stuff like that. Not necessarily good at sieging, because, you know, a lot of horses, not a lot of siege engines and stuff. But I guess they are good enough to take over the fort here.
は関所を突破し、険しい山道を強行した。
こんな山も俺たちの敵ではなかったな。
Yeah, but also this is a perfect ambush point.
大カーンもお喜びになるでしょ
う。そうだよな。兄上、きっと喜んでくれるぞ。
Are those all Southern Song villages? Oh, why do I believe you are going to take a lot longer to just try to pillage all of that instead of just going to the town to our goal? Also, what is this cross? Why is there a cross on this hut?
神様、どうかトルイをお守りください。
そんなお祈りなんかしなくたって父上は負けないでしょ。
まあ、神様になんてこと言うの。
Which
私も
god?
トルイが戦いで負けるなんて思わないわ。けれど、災いは戦場以外にもあるかもしれない。力を持ちすぎると恐れられ恨まれるもの。
なら母上も気をつけて。
私私を気にする人なんていないわよ。
I don't like
なら
that.
いいですけど。
Sounds like foreshadowing. So what kind of god are we? I assumed the cross would be mostly connected to like Christianity, but I guess other religions have them too. Is that cheese?
お願いします。はい、置いといて。
ほら、出来たてだよ。
ありがとうございます。
Man, if you cannot eat milk products, you would be boned here.
どうぞドレゲネ様。
Urum, huh?
この時期が一番熟していて好きよ。
Is it cheese? I'm assuming it's cheese. Or is it just the milk skin on top of the milk? That would be weird.
美味しい。
もうすぐ秋ですから、ウルムはバターに作り変えます。今シーズンは食べ納めですね。
And Urum, my arm. Urum. What is Urum, also called Urum, is a rich traditional Mongolian clotted cream made by simmering and aerating milk from cows, yaks, or goats until a thick, fatty skin forms on top. It also refers to the Turkic-speaking Greek ethnic group. So it is essentially milk skin
あなたも食べたら。
special version.
実はこれからボラクチン様に呼ばれていまして。
またなの？
すみません。行ってまいります。
I mean, at least you are working on the same goal, because otherwise it would feel like you are more her attendant than our attendant here. With how much time you are spending over there. But it is all for the greater good, huh?
別にいいけど。
Oh, she's jealous.
この世は物質と性質が結びついてできていますが、性質を操作することで物質を別のものへ変化させることができる。このジャービルの書は簡単に言うとこういうことを伝えています。
どういうこと？
物の性質を知れば武器でも薬でも望むものが作り出せるのだ。
すごいね。
例えば竜王、鉱山の誇りは熱すれば白くなり毒性も強くなる。世界の真に迫ったのだな。お前の故郷の学者も中国の同志たちも。
Middle Kingdom, huh?
大カーンもボラクチン様も金国を倒した先のことを考えているのね。広い世界が見えているんだわ。
They are. I feel like they would be very good for the Mongol Empire, but they do face a lot of opposition because what they want to do is essentially usher in a new age for the Mongol Empire that is going somewhat against the traditional way. At
ど
least
う
it
した
feels like it.
ファティマ。
以前陳海様は書記官が足りないと言っていました。どうしてでしょう。今やモンゴルは世界中の人や知識を手に入れましたのに。
それはモンゴルが手に入れた知識人たちの多くがトルイ家のものになっているからなのだ。
Oh, that sounds bad. All the intellectual are going under the House of Tului. Not only do they have the biggest army or biggest military, but also the most knowledgeable people. Yeah, this is it is essentially, instead of just having a little target on their back, they are essentially, they have a big flag, a big red flag with the target on top. Because yeah, they're doing a bad job of not being a thorn in the side of everyone.
兵力と同じだ。トルイ家はオッチギンだからな。
そんなの大カーンのお力でどうにかならないんですか。
大カーンに弟の財産を着服させる気か。
Yes.
すみません。知力にも偏りがあるなんて。でも好都合だわ。
To be honest, I totally forgot that we want this. Because I was like, maybe we could remedy that. Something along those lines of, hey, the brothers talk to one another and, they communicate this is not a good sign. So Tului, as a gracious brother, would then gift some of the intellectual to the other two brothers, or the other brothers, I don't know how many there are, to get rid of that imbalance and stuff like that. But we want this to happen. So I do wonder what would happen if the Tului commander dies, the prince. Would everything go to his son? And if that were the case, that would be a very precarious situation. I assume the mother then takes over as, as a de facto sovereign of the Tului clan. Which I can see what they are going to try to do. Then we could manipulate her and the safety of her son, threaten the safety of her son to then go against the other princes, because there is also okay. I could see how this goes. But for that, Tului, the guy has to get, die or disappear, which they are alluding to this
本当
episode.
にそれでいいのでしょうか。なんだか恐ろしいです。兵も知識もほとんどがトルイ家に集まっているなんて。
であればこそ
トルイ家と協力することが大事なんだよね。
トルイ
Until they don't want to anymore.
様も同じ思いでしょうか。
モーゲ、悪いが外してくれるか。
I mean, the Empress knows that as well. She's not stupid. She knows as well this is a problem.
モーゲが連れてくるまで私はお前のような娘を見たことがなかった。お前は何者だ。
Ooh.
ご
I'm
存知
Fatima.
なくて当然ですわ。私はソルコクタニ様のもとにおりましたから。お気をつけください。あの方は諦めておりません。トルイ様を大カーンにすることも。
Ooh, I like that. I like smart characters. I like characters who you know, are trying to achieve their goal and they are willing to be a little bit evil without being comically evil. There are a lot of anime characters who then get comically evil because she's like, hey, I worked for the wife of Tolui, and she still has the ambition of, putting her husband on as a Khan, which is not what happened, right? However, she did want to use Fatima as a spy to try and control the situation between the first and third prince, I believe it was. So she's clearly trying to manipulate the situation somewhat. In what way, it is hard to see from the outside. So it may be misconstrued as her trying to grab the power. Very smart way to do that, especially because it seems like all the different brother families don't interact much. Because the Empress, did not know Fatima, because she has no real interaction with the wives of Toli.
ご自分が大カトゥーンになることも。
ソルコクタニが。そうか。心に留めておこう。
So she's shaken a little bit, but she's still keeping it logical. She's still not going to, because you can't listen to everything people say. So, however, Fatima did heal her. So, and she's also divulging the information of the elixir. She has quite some rapport. So, I see the Empress being more willing to believe her.
しかしなぜそれを私に打ち明けたのだファーティマ。次第によってはただでは置かないぞ。
大丈夫。できるわ。
Can you?
この人の考えることは私にはなんとなくわかるもの。
正直なんであの人が大カトゥーンなのかわからないわ。
どんなに大カトゥーンが聡明でもドレゲネ様と同じ疑問を持つ人はきっと少なくない。だからこそこの人は自分の才能にしがみつくはず。私はオゴタイ様とあなた様に希望を見ました。
Right, because of all the view of the future that again is not necessarily compatible with Mongol society yet.
二人の賢明さこそこの世界を滑るにふさわしいと。
そう思うか。
もちろんです。油断ならない人かと思ったけど案外扱いやすいわね。
I don't know. I would not say you are successful 100%, but you are a good way there, I feel like. Again, you built a lot of rapport, you interacted a lot with her, you gave her all this information, you healed her. So she naturally is more likely to believe you. But I don't believe she's just going to blindly act on this information. I see more maybe she's going to try to find out what exactly Tolui's wives are doing. And in that point, I assume she's going to find out that she is sending people around to the other brothers. Which then, again, because you can't really see what she plans from the outside, that you may misconstrue this as a power grab.
早速ドレゲネ様に報告しなくちゃ。すみません。私バター作ってて、でも慣れてなくて、今日絞った乳がまだ残ってて。大丈夫よ。手伝うわ。ありがとうございます。 トレゲネ様後でいっか。
I mean, there are a lot of things going on. It sounds like Tului is going to meet some misfortune, and then the wife and the son are probably going to be in the in the limelight. Here also, something is going on.
トレゲネ様
そう緊張するなドレゲネ。お前に話したいことがある。
As I said, I don't believe you have her 100%. Because again, she is very logical, she is smart, and it is very hard to... It is very hard to get these smart people tricked. So, especially as soon as she was questioning where Fatima's coming from. Now with the information, because Fatima is sad that she worked for Tului's wife, Sogadantani, whatever. And she now divulges this information because she sees them being good for the future. Udegai and his wife. The great Katun. However, this could all be a reason for her being, for her spyness. This could all be a play. So it makes sense to take the information and find more information out about Fatima, what her plan is, what she's doing. Is this all coming from the one she's serving? Very interesting. At least there is progress for the revenge plan. Because the first 6 episodes we were more or less just starting. But now everything is going, and it is going fast. We now have potentially some good rapport with the Queen, which may enable to get our revenge, but it may also get in our way. Because Fatima has divulged so much information. If the Queen decides to go against her, she could probably be thwarted of her revenge, because Fatima more or less said that the wife of one of the princes is plotting to take over. That is a big accusation. I feel like you would not be able to live if this would be going in front of the judge. In this case, the Katan, or Kaan, not Katan, Kaan. He probably would just be like, yeah, get rid of you. So very dangerous. We are playing a very dangerous game. A very dangerous game. However, there was they alluded to Louis potentially dying or meeting misfortune. Now, the whole thing with the Southern Song could have been one of the other brothers sending a messenger telling them they should treat him as an enemy. It may also just be a coincidence. We will see if he gets ambushed at some point, because mountains are very perilous. And the enemy, they know more about the location here. They may use it as to their advantage in some way. So we will have to see. Other than that, we have seen the wife, we have seen the son of Tului. which makes me believe that if we were to die, that the sun is taking over. And yeah, we have a lot of stuff to do with the queen. And I feel like it did not work out the way Fatima hoped it would.